Tracy, what on earth is going on here? I want a clear explanation right now.
Oh my, did something happen that's gotten you all worked up?
Please don't play innocent with me. I came all the way here for Finn's wedding, and now I'm being told at the reception that my name isn't even on the guest list. And, according to the staff, you're the one who specifically removed me from it. This isn't a simple mix-up, so I want to know why you did this. Give me a real explanation now. Because I sure did receive an invite from you guys and made sure to RSVP.
An explanation? Oh dear, I don't think one is necessary. Isn't it obvious? You're simply not supposed to be here. That's why I removed you from the list, so you take the hint and leave without a fuss. Seems I overestimated you.
Not supposed to be here? How can you tell me to leave my own brother's wedding? This is supposed to be one of the happiest days of his life, and I wanted to support him, not deal with this hostility. Up until now, I thought we had a perfectly fine relationship. Why are you doing this? This isn't the Tracy I knew before.
Don't try to make me look like the villain here. You've been fooling everyone, acting as if you're Finn's real sister. But I've learned the truth, so don't act all innocent. You're the one who's been lying about who you really are.
Lying? What are you talking about? I haven't lied to anyone about anything.
Stop pretending. I found out everything. You're nothing but an adopted child taken in out of some misplaced pity. You're not really Finn's sister at all, but you've been parading yourself around like you're his blood relative. I can't believe you had the nerve to keep up this charade for so long.
Adopted? Is that what this is all about? Yes, it's true that my uncle and aunt took me in after my parents passed away. I was legally adopted by them, and because of that, I've been Finn's sister for as long as I can remember. I'm not pretending anything. I am his sister by both law and love.
But you share no blood. Can you really say you're his sister when you're just some stranger that happened to be taken in? It's absolutely absurd, honestly. You may feel close to him, but family is about more than just paper and promises. It's about blood, lineage, and connection, things you can't claim.
Look, my parents died when I was still young, and my uncle and his wife took me in, raised me, and treated me as their own child for over a decade. I've been part of this family through all the highs and lows, and they've always treated me as a daughter. I am family. You don't have the right to question that.
I can't believe you're taking such a bold stance, as if you're a real part of this family. You have no idea what it's like to belong to a true family legacy. Finn's father is the head chef of an Italian restaurant that has been a symbol of fine dining for more than 100 years. Ben himself is training under his father, and he's going to carry on that legacy. You're a complete outsider in all of this.
I know exactly who Finn's father is, thank you. I don't need a lecture.
And my family has its own long-standing reputation. My father is the CEO of a company that has been passed down through generations. This isn't just a wedding, it's the union of two highly respected and prestigious families. And you, with your outsider background, don't belong in this kind of company.
Look, I respect that your family is prestigious. But a marriage should be about the two people who love each other, not about impressing society. It's not fair to treat me this way just because I'm adopted. My background doesn't define my relationship with Ben or my place in his life. So please, let me go in and see my brother. I want to be here for him, like any sister would.
Enough! You don't understand the weight of this union. Surely you're aware that our company is planning a collaboration with Finn's father's restaurant to launch a new product line based on their signature dishes?
Of course I know about that.
Well then, you should also understand the scale of this project. It's expected to bring in billions in revenue. This wedding isn't just about a simple ceremony. It's about a strategic alliance between two influential families, and we've invited high-profile guests from all around. Having you here, someone with no real family standing, would ruin the image we're trying to present. You're like a stain on our carefully curated event.
Let's get one thing straight. My father and Finn's father are brothers, meaning we share family ties. So by your logic, I have every right to be here. This isn't just about blood alone. Family is also about love, commitment, and shared history.
Oh, please, spare me your little speech. You're from the Side family.
Side family? What are you talking about?
Exactly. You're not from the main family. You're from a secondary line, which is practically irrelevant. I don't care about anyone who's not part of the core family. To me, the main family is all that matters. That's where true prestige lies. And as for you, you're not even a true branch, just an add-on, a hanger-on who was lucky enough to be adopted. You have no real place here, and I think it's time you accepted that. I'll say it one last time. Leave this venue immediately.
I can't believe this is happening. After all the years I've spent with this family, you're telling me I'm not welcome?
That's right. It's time you realized your place. You don't belong here.
Ellen, have you made it to the venue yet?
Oh, yes, I'm here. Though not exactly inside the ceremony hall itself, but I'm here.
Great, that's a relief. I really wanted you to be here today to see the ceremony firsthand.
I've been looking forward to this day as well. You know how much it means to me to see you and Tracy make this commitment?
Yeah, I know. Tracy really put in a lot of effort to make everything special today. I'm sure you'll enjoy all the arrangements and performances she's organized. To be honest, work has been so busy that I couldn't take part in much of the planning, so I don't actually know all the specifics of what she's prepared.
Oh, really? Well, don't worry. I understand, but I do think that you've been working a little too hard recently, haven't you?
Well, you might be right about that. But I have to, don't I? Since I'll be the one to eventually take over Dad's position at the restaurant, I have to work hard to ensure I'm ready. I have to preserve the traditions and the unique flavors our place is known for. So there's no time for slacking off. I have to keep at it.
That's just like you, Finn. You've always had a tendency to push yourself hard, maybe even too hard sometimes. I do worry about you, you know?
But the thing is, I really do enjoy what I do. I think Dad and I are alike in that way. We both take so much pride and joy in our work. That's why it's not really a burden for me. It's something I feel excited about.
That's good to hear. I can tell just by looking at you that you're really fulfilled by it all. You always seem so energized and focused when you talk about work.
But really, I have to give credit to you. It's thanks to you that I'm able to feel this way and pursue my goals like this.
Huh? Me? How am I the reason?
Yes, it's because you came into our lives. You may not realize it, but having you as part of our family has made a huge difference to me. If you hadn't been there supporting me, encouraging me, and just being the wonderful person you are, I honestly don't think I'd be where I am today or be as happy as I am.
Oh, come on, don't say that. I'm sure even without me, you and your family would be just fine, and you'd be living happily and achieving all the things you have now. You all are just such incredible people. Honestly, after my parents passed away, you took me in with such open arms. I can't even express how much that means to me. My parents were a wonderful couple too, and I feel so lucky to have had them. But seeing your family, I can say with all my heart that your parents are just as amazing. The bond between them, it's something truly special and inspiring.
Yeah, they're incredibly close. To be honest, sometimes they're so close that it can actually get a little embarrassing for me as their son. They have this bond that's hard to describe.
But that's a good thing, you know? Being close and loving each other, there's nothing bad about that. It's something beautiful.
True, I agree. I hope to have that kind of bond with Tracy as well. I really want to build the same type of deep, unbreakable connection that my parents have.
Yes, that would be wonderful. I think you both deserve that happiness.
Well, anyway, just hang tight in the hall. The ceremony should be starting soon, and I'd love to see you in the audience as we take this big step.
Actually, Finn, I don't think I'll be able to watch your ceremony.
What? What do you mean? Is something wrong? Are you feeling unwell?
No, it's not that. I made it to the venue, but I haven't been able to get inside the ceremony hall itself. They won't let me in.
What? I don't understand. Why wouldn't they let you in? What's going on?
It seems like Tracy might be involved in this. I have reason to believe it's her doing.
Tracy? Wait, are you saying Tracy did something? What's going on? Please tell me what exactly happened.
Yes, well, it's a bit complicated, but I'll explain as best as I can. Tracy, is there really no way I can be allowed to attend? I just don't understand why I can't participate in this day.
Ha! Still begging? Haven't you had enough? Just get out of here already. If you're going to keep making a scene, I'll call security and have them escort you out. Is that what you want?
Wait, please, just listen to me for a moment. I know that I'm adopted. But Finn and I, we've spent over a decade together as if we were true siblings. He told me himself that he wanted me to be here to see his big day. Even if you don't do it for me, at least let me attend for Finn's sake. He deserves to have his family there.
I'm not doing that.
But what about Finn? Are you just going to ignore his feelings completely?
That's right. His feelings don't matter to me.
Who? What? Why?
I already told you, didn't I? This wedding is a prestigious event. We have high-profile guests attending, and many of them are my personal acquaintances. If I introduce them to someone like you, someone with no blood ties, someone who is adopted from the Branch family, I'd be utterly humiliated. Do you think I could ever live down the shame of such a disgraceful association?
But how can you be so caught up in this? Why are you so focused on things like adoption or parentage? None of that matters here. I don't understand why you have to make it so personal.
I told you already, didn't I? It matters because it's everything. This is about maintaining the dignity of the bloodline. If Ben can't learn to uphold that principle, then he has no business representing this family. He needs to understand what it means to carry on a noble lineage, and I'm going to make sure he learns. After all, as the future mistress of the family's Italian restaurant, I'll be the one in charge. And when that day comes, he'll need to know how to behave properly as my husband.
Wait a minute. What do you mean you'll be running the restaurant? That place is Finn's responsibility. He's been preparing to take over for years.
Finn can be the chef, but the ownership and control? That's going to be mine. With a restaurant legacy that spans over a century, who else but me deserves to lead it? I think I'll look quite splendid as the head of a historic Italian restaurant, don't you agree?
How can you just say that? It's not just a title. Do you even understand how hard Finn works day after day? All the effort he puts in to ensure he's worthy of carrying on that tradition?
Oh, I know exactly how hard he works, but that's beside the point. What I want, I take, and I'm telling you, I'm taking everything. That's my creed.
No, I won't let you get away with this. You're not going to just take everything for yourself.
Enough from you, side family. You don't have a say here. However, if you're that desperate to stay involved, I'd be more than happy to hire you as one of the restaurant's lowly assistants. You can work under me for a pittance, and I'll make sure you're stuck there for life, slaving away for minimum pay. Doesn't that sound fitting? So, do you understand where you stand now? What are you going to do?
I understand. I'll go. I'll leave.
So you finally get it. Now don't ever show your face here again.
I won't let things go your way. Not without a fight.
Hey, so did you actually leave?
Of course, I've already left the venue.
Good. Now we can finally have this wedding without any issues.
Glad to hear it.
Now, there's something else I need to make very clear here.
What? Is there more?
This will be the last thing. I need you to understand that from here on out, we expect you to cut all ties with us. I mean, not just with us as a couple, but with our entire family.
Excuse me? Why on earth would I do that? I've already accepted not attending the ceremony, but to sever ties with my family? You have no right to dictate something like that. I will always be family to my uncle, to Finn. That won't change.
Just stop leeching off of us already.
Leech? Did you just say leech?
Yeah, you're just trying to live off what Finn's father and Finn himself earn, aren't you? That's the only way you know how to survive. Well, I'm telling you right here and now, that's going to stop.
That's ridiculous. I have my own job and I make my own way.
Liar! People like you, who have no family of their own, can't help but live off of others, clinging to them.
That's not true.
Either way, moving forward, you'll have no association with us. None.
Fine, I won't deal with you any further. Is that enough for you?
Good, and after the wedding, I'll be sure to have a little talk with Finn's father about all of this too. Ellen, why aren't you answering your phone? Why haven't you been picking up?
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I was tied up with a few things I had to take care of. But 200 missed calls. What's going on? Is everything okay?
It's because of you that the wedding turned into a complete disaster.
A disaster? What do you mean by that?
All the guests from the groom's side, every single one of them left the venue.
Oh, that's what happened? But why? What caused them to leave?
It's because of you. You went around spreading all kinds of lies and causing trouble for everyone.
What are you talking about? Don't accuse me of something I didn't do.
I heard it from the guests. They told me everything.
Yes, I did talk to the guests, but I wasn't spreading lies. You have to understand, when I couldn't make it to the wedding, I figured they'd be confused or upset. I thought it would be better to explain why I couldn't attend. That's all I did.
So you told them to leave the wedding and not support it anymore, didn't you? You told them to boycott the ceremony, didn't you?
No, I didn't say anything like that. I never told anyone to leave or boycott the wedding. All I did was explain why I wasn't attending. It wasn't my decision for the guests to leave. It was their choice after I told them what happened. They were upset when I told them that I was sent away just because I'm adopted. I didn't tell them to leave or to make a scene. They made that decision on their own, and I had no part in it.
So you are admitting that you spoke to the guests and told them what happened? That's the problem. Now you need to fix this. You need to contact everyone and tell them it was all a mistake, that it was all a lie. You need to get them to come back to the wedding.
Why should I be the one to fix this? And I'm not lying. I'm telling them the truth about how I was treated. Why would I lie about something so serious? They've been kind to me for all these years, and I couldn't possibly lie to them.
Are you really saying you don't care that your brother's wedding is ruined? You've made everything fall apart.
Don't blame me for this. I didn't cause this mess. You did. You're the one who made this whole thing a disaster. I simply told the truth. You're the one who should be taking responsibility for this situation, not me.
Fine then, if you're so sure, why don't you go ahead and tell Finn the same thing? Why don't you tell him that you ruined the wedding and that you're the reason everything fell apart?
Of course I'll tell him. What's the problem with that?
You think Finn will just accept that? Do you really think he'll be okay with the fact that you're the one who ruined the whole ceremony?
Finn will understand the truth, and if he has any doubts, I'll explain everything to him. I'm not worried about that.
You really think Finn will just listen to you and ignore what I say? You're so wrong. Finn has always believed in me. He trusts me more than he'll ever trust you.
Oh, really? Well, that's fine. Let's see what happens when I tell him everything. I'm sure he'll see the situation for what it really is.
I'm sure he'll see the situation for what it really is. Finn is going to be heartbroken when he finds out you're the one who caused all of this.
Finn might be upset, but he will understand why it happened. He knows that I would never intentionally ruin the wedding. He'll realize that it's not my fault.
Don't think for a second that Finn is going to forgive you for this. This is unforgivable, Ellen. I'm telling you now, Finn will never let you off the hook for this.
We'll see about that. Finn and I have a very strong bond. He won't believe you over me. And even if he's upset, he'll understand that I wasn't the one who caused all of this. I've done nothing wrong.
Well, I'll make sure to tell him exactly what happened. I'll make it very clear who is responsible for this mess.
Feel free to do that, but I'm telling you, Finn will trust me. He'll know I was just being honest with the guests. He won't take your word for it.
You'll see. After everything is said and done, Finn will never forgive you for what you've done today. You'll be the one to lose him, not me.
You think so? Well, Finn and I have always had a strong relationship, and nothing you say can change that. If he's upset now, he'll get over it once he hears the full story. I'm confident he'll see things my way.
Huh, we'll see. But just so you know, no matter what happens, you're the one who's going to regret this. You've caused nothing but trouble.
And you're the one who's responsible for everything going wrong. Don't try to shift the blame onto me. Finn will know the truth, and he will understand what happened. He'll see who really caused this mess, and it wasn't me.
You'll never get away with this, Ellen. I swear you won't.
We'll see about that. I'm not going to be the one who loses anything in the end. I'll make sure to get everything sorted, and I'm confident Finn will understand once all the details come out.
Finn, this is terrible! All of the guests have left the wedding!
I heard about that. This is really bad, isn't it?
Wait, hold on, Finn. Did Ellen get this all up? Was this her plan?
Ellen? Did she plan this?
Yes, it's her! She's the one who ruined our wedding! She did this on purpose to mess everything up!
That's not possible. There's no way Ellen would do something like that.
I'm telling you, it's true! She went around spreading all these horrible things about me to the guests and told them to leave! It was all Ellen's fault, and when I confronted her, do you know what she said? She said it was all so she could take control of your dad's Italian restaurant! She actually said that she needed me out of the way so she could take over the place!
What? What on earth are you talking about?
You don't believe me? This is the worst thing!
No, it's not that. What I'm saying is if you're gonna lie, at least come up with a better lie than this one.
What? Are you calling me a liar? What are you even saying right now?
Because the Italian restaurant wasn't even your dad's to begin with. It was Ellen's father's restaurant.
Wait, what? That's a lie, right?
No, it's not a lie, it's the truth. Ellen's father originally owned the restaurant. When he passed away, your dad stepped in and took over.
So, Ellen's been planning this to take it back for herself?
No, that's not the case at all. Ellen's always supported Dad so that he could keep running the restaurant. She's never had any intentions of taking it back from him.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
Our family has a tradition. The oldest son inherits the family business. The oldest son learns the secret recipes and techniques from a very young age. The younger son never even gets the chance to learn those things. It's been like that for generations. That's how the family business has been passed down. So originally, Dad wasn't supposed to take over my uncle's restaurant. But Ellen, who had learned everything from her father, passed all of that knowledge and skill onto Dad. That's how he was able to take over and run the place so successfully.
What? Are you serious? She did that? How is that even possible?
Well, it wasn't exactly ideal, but Ellen didn't care about the whole firstborn and secondborn mentality. She hated that way of thinking, so she was more than willing to pass on all of her father's techniques to help Dad. Thanks to her, Dad became the head chef at that restaurant. And I too have learned from Ellen. I'm working as a chef now because she taught me everything I know. So now you're saying that Ellen, the woman who did all of this for our family, is somehow trying to take back the restaurant for herself? How dare you insult her like that?
Wait, hold on a second.
And you're treating Ellen like she's some outsider, someone who doesn't belong in this family. That's not something I can accept. I can't marry someone like you. You've really disappointed me. I'm done with this. The engagement is off. Don't you dare come near me again. I've had enough of you.
I can't get a hold of Finn anymore.
Of course, Finn is angry too, you know. What did you expect after all this?
I never thought you were part of the main family. I honestly never saw that coming.
Please stop saying things like that. I really dislike it when you make assumptions about me like that.
So, does this mean the engagement is officially called off now? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's exactly what it means. I guess there's nothing we can do about it at this point, is there?
Well, it's unfortunate, but sometimes these things happen, and we can't change the outcome once it's set in motion.
After all, there's more at play here than just the engagement. This isn't only your problem now.
What are you talking about? What do you mean there's more at play here?
You know about the collaboration product launch, right? The one we were all supposed to work on together? Well, that's been canceled too.
What? You can't be serious! This can't be real!
I'm absolutely serious. There's no way around it. Honestly, how can anyone trust people who go around talking about their family being some kind of noble, prestigious lineage and then call branch families like yours nothing more than trash? How can you expect anyone to trust that kind of attitude? And if that's how you think, then there's no way we could ever work together with people like that, right? It's a matter of principle, and my uncle has always made it clear that protecting the store's tradition and reputation is the most important thing.
Wait, you mean, does that mean we're really cut off from your family now? Is that what you're saying? We've lost all ties with you?
Yes, I think it's fair to say that. Look, the person who's the most angry about all of this is my uncle. If I were you, I'd stay away from him for a while. Seriously, you don't want to deal with the aftermath of this situation. It's better that you just lay low for now. Trust me, it might be better if you don't face him anytime soon.
Huh, so that's it then. If that's how it's going to be, then fine. I don't care anymore.
Really? You're just going to give up like that? What happened to all that enthusiasm? Honestly, I thought you were more invested than that.
Originally, I was only considering marrying Finn because I thought he was the heir to an established Italian restaurant. I thought it would be a good match for our family. But now that the engagement is off, I'm perfectly fine with it. Honestly, it doesn't even bother me anymore.
Are you serious? You seemed pretty invested in him, though. I thought you really cared.
That was all just an act, obviously. You really think I'd let myself get worked up over something like that? Men are so naive, it's almost laughable. They'll fall for anything.
Well, if you say so, I guess that's it then. This is goodbye.
Yes, it seems like it's time for us to part ways. But don't worry, I'll be fine. I'll just find another rich man, someone better. My family's always been involved in these high society events where the wealthy gather. You wouldn't believe how many potential matches there are in places like that. Honestly, if I go to those events, I could easily meet someone much wealthier than Finn.
Huh? There are places like that?
Oh, it's not really something you'd know about, I guess. It's a whole other world. You wouldn't really fit in anyway, so don't worry about it.
Are those events only for rich people then?
Yes, that's right. Only those who are chosen are allowed to attend. It's an exclusive circle.
Well, I guess you won't be going to those events then.
What? What are you talking about?
I mean, your father's company is going bankrupt.
What? What do you mean by that? Are you serious?
Oh, you didn't know? Well, your father's company has been struggling for years. They've been in the red for such a long time. It's honestly surprising it hasn't happened sooner. He was hoping that this collaboration would be the thing to turn everything around, but now that it's been canceled, the company is pretty much doomed. I'm sure it won't be long before the bankruptcy is announced.
Wait, what? Are you telling me this is really happening?
Why don't you ask your father? I'm sure he'll give you an answer, though it might not be the one you want to hear. I bet he won't look so confident then.
No, that's impossible. This can't be true. You're just lying, aren't you?
And I'm not lying. Your father might have had a great lineage, but when it came to managing a business, he was a total failure. I think he got in way over his head, and now it's too late to do anything about it.
I can't believe this. This is too much.
Well, you don't have to believe it, but you'll find out soon enough. It's only a matter of time before everything unravels.
Hey, Ellen, please, can you set up a meeting with Ben? I want to apologize for everything. I didn't mean for it to end up like this.
That's impossible now. Finn has already completely given up on you. You really don't have a chance with him anymore, and honestly, I don't want to be involved in anything like that. I'm not going to arrange anything for you two to meet.
I didn't think things would end up like this. Please, I'm really sorry.
Honestly, it's like you were only ever interested in bloodlines and titles, wasn't it? You should have paid more attention to what really matters, like a person's character and what they've done in their life. If you had, maybe you wouldn't be in this mess. A person's worth isn't defined by their family name or their title. It's determined by how they live and what they contribute to the world. You and your family have just been coasting along the cushions your parents laid out for you, and you don't understand that. You never will.
I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. Please, forgive me.
I can't forgive you. You've tarnished everything that my uncle and Finn and I built together. We had such happy times, and now you're trying to destroy it all with your shallow ideas about bloodlines. I'll never forgive you for disrespecting my dear brother Finn.
But I didn't mean it. Please, listen to me.
From now on, you'll have to take responsibility for your own actions. No more relying on your family or their connections. You can handle things on your own. I know you can. You're from a noble family, after all, aren't you? I'm sure you can find a way to pull yourself out of this crisis gracefully and without anyone's help. You should be able to manage, right?
Ellen, have you already gotten home?
Yeah, I think I'll be there soon. Are you still at the venue?
Yeah, I managed to get Tracy to admit to breaking off the engagement. It was really tough, but I somehow got it done.
Good job. You really worked hard.
Ellen, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable or upset.
Oh, don't worry about it. Honestly, just knowing I helped stop you from ending up unhappy makes me feel better. That's enough for me.
I was rushing into the idea of getting married because I thought I had to take over the family business. I thought I needed to settle down quickly to prove myself worthy of inheriting the store. But now, look where it's gotten me.
Honestly, that's exactly what I've been telling you, and it's what my uncle has been saying too. Neither of us wanted you to feel pressured into making such an important decision so quickly. You're not meant to rush into things like this. Take your time and go at your own pace.
Yeah, I know. Thank you for understanding. It's just, I guess I got so caught up in everything. But now I realize I need to figure things out for myself. There's no reason to let others push me into something I'm not ready for, especially not something as big as marriage.
Of course, take all the time you need. Life isn't a race, and you don't have to rush to meet other people's expectations. You deserve to make the right decisions for yourself, not just because someone else is pressuring you.
I'll do that. I'm really grateful to have you by my side, Ellen. Thank you.
In an attempt to escape the weight of it all, Tracy moved out, thinking that living alone would be better. But she quickly realized she wasn't prepared for the challenges of independence. Her life had been shaped by wealth and status, and she had never learned the practical skills needed to manage finances or day-to-day life. It was a tough adjustment, and despite her best efforts, she couldn't let go of the desire for luxury. The habits of her old life, seeking the right places, craving extravagant experiences, lingered. Soon, Tracy started borrowing money, spending beyond her means to maintain the image of the life she once had. The debts piled up, and she found herself trapped in a cycle of financial instability. No matter how hard she tried, she couldn't turn things around. Now, she's constantly hiding from creditors, living in fear, unsure of how to escape the mess she's made. Meanwhile, my life has been drastically different. I've been living with my uncle and his family, where stability and happiness have been the constants. Despite facing our own challenges, we've grown closer and built something meaningful. Our Italian restaurant, a centerpiece of our lives, continues to thrive. Tracy, who always loved cooking, has committed herself to improving her skills, and I'm proud of how far she's come. Every day, she gets better, and it's not just about the food. It's about building a life, step by step. The success of the restaurant isn't just measured in profits, but in the relationships we've built, the trust we've earned, and the experiences we create for our customers. We're making more than meals, we're making memories. My parents would be proud of the direction we've taken, and I like to think they're watching over us, satisfied with our choices. Looking at Tracy's situation, I can't help but feel regret. Her struggles are the result of choices that kept her disconnected from the real world. Living in a bubble of wealth and comfort, she never learned the value of hard work or financial responsibility. Watching her face the consequences of her past decisions is hard, but it shows how easy it is to lose touch with reality when you're wrapped in privilege. For me, success has always been about resilience and learning from mistakes. I didn't have the cushion of family wealth, and that's been my strength. It forced me to grow and figure things out on my own, to create something that's truly mine. The path hasn't been easy, but it's been fulfilling in a way money can't measure. Tracy, too, has become an example of what it means to work hard and pursue your passion. Her commitment to cooking reflects more than skill. It's about dedication and purpose. Each dish she prepares tells a story, and I'm proud of the progress she's made. I believe she'll continue to grow, not only as a chef, but as a person. In living with my uncle's family, I've learned that success isn't about where you come from. It's about what you do with your life. My uncle taught me that integrity, hard work, and perseverance are what lead to a meaningful life. This is a lesson my parents would have wanted me to understand. I hope one day Tracy will understand that fulfillment doesn't come from material wealth, but from living authentically. From building something with your own hands, and from facing your challenges head on. Right now, she's caught in a cycle of debt, trying to maintain a lifestyle that's no longer sustainable. But I know that real freedom comes from standing on your own and confronting your problems directly. Reflecting on the life we've built with my uncle's family, I'm filled with gratitude. The support, passion, and sense of community we've created together have shown me how much we've accomplished. We've built something that will last, not just for us, but for future generations. Looking back, I'm proud of what we've achieved. Despite everything, we've stayed true to ourselves. We've built a life that honors my parents' values, and I know they would be proud of how we've continued to live by those values, even when things seemed uncertain.
Selena, where are you now?
Right now, I'm at my parents' house. Huh? Didn't I mention it before? Since Rob is on a business trip, my daughter and I have been staying at my parents' place.
That makes sense. It must be tough, though, managing work and going back to your parents' house.
Actually, it's not too bad. My workplace is close to their house, so it's more convenient this way. By the way, why do you ask?
Oh, so you haven't heard anything yet?
Heard about what?
Well, you see, yesterday I dropped by your new house.
Huh? My new house?
That's right. And well, we had a barbecue at your place with fireworks and all of that included, and it ended up catching fire. The whole house burned down.
What? What do you mean, barbecue and fireworks?
So, a few of us were chatting and someone said, wouldn't it be nice to have a barbecue and light some fireworks off? I remembered you mentioned building a new house, so I thought it'd be a perfect spot.
Wait, are you saying...
Well, we did the barbecue indoors, and there was a bit of a mishap with the fire. Especially when we started to light off some of the smaller fireworks. Before we knew it, the house went up in flames. It looked like a giant campfire.
Stop joking around! Are you saying you entered my house without permission?
Of course. I mean, we're family. Isn't that natural?
Natural? Don't you have any sense? Who in their right mind would think it's okay to have a barbecue and light fireworks indoors?
Anyway, I figured the news might reach you soon, so I thought I'd let you know. Sorry about ruining your celebration over the new house, but hey, we're family. So forgive me, okay?
There's no way I can forgive you! Do you have any idea how hard Rob and I worked to save up and build that house?
Oh, come on. People can always start over. You can just build another one.
It's not that simple. Do you know how much planning went into that house? We worked with architects from scratch.
Well, I wouldn't know about that, but the house is gone now, so there's no point whining about it.
What you've done is a crime. Do you realize that?
A crime? Are you calling a family member a criminal? Need I remind you that I supported your marriage to Rob? A little gratitude would be nice.
I never asked for your permission. Rob and I got married because we love each other. Stop acting like you're owed something.
Oh, whatever. I'm tired of your lectures. Anyway, that's all I needed to tell you.
Wait a second. Shouldn't you at least apologize?
Why would I apologize? That house was technically Rob's, right? As your friend and his friend, I had every right to use it however I wanted. It's just bad luck that it burned down. Accept it and move on.
You've got to be kidding me.
Well, good luck building a new house. When it's done, let me know, okay?
Hey, wait! Rob, are you free to talk right now?
Huh? What's going on?
You're coming back from your trip the day after tomorrow, right?
Yeah, around then. What's up?
Well, our new house, it's gone. It burned down.
What? What are you talking about?
Selena just texted and told me.
Wait, are you okay? Is our daughter okay?
Yeah, we're fine. We've been staying at my parents' house, so we weren't near the house at all.
Then how on earth did it catch fire?
Apparently, it was our friend's fault.
What? What do you mean?
She said she went to our house with her friends to have a barbecue and set off some fireworks. While they were there, the fire got out of control and the house burned down.
You've got to be kidding me. What was she thinking? Does she not realize what kind of trouble she's brought on herself?
I doubt she realizes it. She was laughing when she told me.
Unbelievable. I don't even know what to say. I wanted to think Selena had a good heart, but...
I know, I felt the same way.
But why would she do something like this?
It might have something to do with how things went when we got married. Remember how your dad wasn't too thrilled about me?
Yeah, I remember that.
Back then, Selena was the one who helped smooth things over. She convinced you to give me a chance, and thanks to her, I was able to build a good relationship with your family. I've always been so grateful to her, almost like she's my real sister.
Yeah, Selena used to seem so kind and dependable. But after her divorce, it's like she's become a completely different person.
I know, I can't imagine how hard it's been for her, but this is just too much.
Do you think the police have been notified yet?
Probably. I haven't gotten any calls about it, but someone must have reported it by now.
No calls yet?
Yeah, nothing so far.
So what are we going to do?
I've got a plan in mind. Can I run it by you?
Of course, I'm listening.
Selena, can I ask you something to clarify?
Oh, what is it?
You're saying you started a fire while barbecuing and lighting fireworks off in the house, right?
Yes, that's right.
Doesn't that mean you deliberately set fire to our house?
Excuse me? Are you accusing me of arson? I can't believe this. Are you some kind of psychopath?
You're one to talk after hosting a barbecue at someone else's house without permission. Please, I'm asking you to answer honestly.
Of course I didn't do it on purpose. Nobody deliberately starts a fire because of careless handling. Though, I'll admit, I did think it might be fun to leave your house filled with trash and ashes.
So it really was intentional. You decided to hold a barbecue at our place just to harass us, didn't you?
Us? No, just you.
Why? Did I do something to upset you?
Of course you did. You had the nerve to brag about building a new house to me.
Brag? That was never my intention. I was just sharing an update.
Don't lie to me. It was obvious you were mocking me for being divorced.
I would never do that. I still consider you family. No matter what happens, I would never look down on you.
Huh. Well, whatever. It doesn't really matter to me anymore.
Are you satisfied now after burning down the home Rob and I built?
That wasn't really the plan, but, well, I suppose it worked out nicely in the end.
I see. I understand your feelings now.
Good. Then that's the end of it.
Yes, I've made up my mind now.
So, what's going to happen to that house? When the insurance pay out, are you planning to buy a new one?
That depends on how things unfold. I can't say for sure right now.
But you're planning to move out of your apartment soon, right?
Yes, the landlord and I have discussed it.
Then you'd better hurry up and build a new house.
Please don't make it sound so simple.
By the way, when your new house is finished, let me know. I'll bring some friends over for another barbecue and even light off some bigger fireworks.
Why would I ever tell you after what happened?
Oh, don't be so cold.
Are you serious? Coming from the person who started the fire? Even if we build a new house, I'm never telling you where it is.
Well, that's fine by me. Seeing a house burn up close was more unpleasant than I expected. The smell is awful. I wouldn't want to experience that again.
That makes two of us. Selena, I've just arrived at the new house.
Oh, and what do you think of your charred, blackened home?
Actually, nothing seems wrong with it.
What? What are you talking about? Oh, I see. You're in denial. I get it. It must be hard to accept having a brand new home burn down right after it was finished. It's not easy to come to terms with. But there's no point in escaping reality. You need to face it sooner rather than later.
That's exactly why I've been feeling like this conversation wasn't adding up.
What do you mean?
The new house isn't scheduled to be completed for another 3 months.
What? No, it's already done. It should be finished by now.
No, it's 3 months away. Right now, it's still just the framework. I thought maybe that's what burned down.
Wait, then that house?
The house that caught fire belongs to someone else. I checked immediately, and it turns out there was a fire nearby. The police are currently investigating. Thankfully, the residents weren't home, so no one was hurt, but it caused quite a commotion.
No, that can't be true. It's impossible.
Think about it. If our house had burned down, the first people to be contacted would have been me or Rob, the owners. But instead, we found out from you. That's when I started to suspect something was off.
That's true.
Selena, you need to come here immediately. We should go to the police.
The police? Are you trying to turn me in?
When someone does something wrong, it's only natural to report it to the authorities.
This is ridiculous. Everything about this is too convenient. Are you telling me I burned down someone else's house? This is all a setup, isn't it? You're framing me.
What are you talking about? You're the one who decided to have a barbecue. You're the one who used someone else's house.
Shut up! This is a trap! I'll tell Rob everything!
You've always been so paranoid.
No, it's all your fault. Everything that's happening to me is because of you.
Please stop throwing a tantrum like a child.
If you had told me when the house would actually be finished, this never would have happened. You are responsible, so you'd better take care of me now.
Absolutely not.
Huh, fine. Rob will understand me. He'll protect me. And if Rob says he'll protect me, you'll have to follow his orders.
Well, if Rob says so, then I'll follow along, though I doubt that will ever happen.
Huh, you'll see. If I tell Rob that this is partially your fault, he'll have no choice but to support me.
Please don't drag me into your mess.
Quiet! I'm texting Rob right now. Rob, listen to me. This is serious. I think I accidentally burned down someone's house because of the barbecue I held.
What? Are you joking right now? What in the world were you thinking? And wait a minute. Didn't you break into our property to even set up that barbecue in the first place? Explain yourself. What's going on here? What exactly did you do this time?
No, it's not what it sounds like. I didn't do anything wrong. I swear, this whole situation, it's a setup. Someone's framing me for this mess.
A setup? Really? That's your excuse? Do you even hear yourself right now? You're telling me you somehow accidentally burned someone's house down, but it's not your fault? This better be good. Go ahead, explain how this so-called setup happened.
Okay, listen to me carefully. It's all Bella's fault. She's the one who orchestrated everything.
Bella? What are you even talking about? You're blaming Bella now?
Yes, you see, she's the one who invited me to this barbecue in the first place. She told me about this great spot to gather everyone and have a cookout. said she'd provide everything. Location, food, you name it. All I had to do was show up.
So, you're telling me Bella planned a barbecue, and you somehow ended up burning down a house? How does that even make sense?
I'm not done explaining yet. So listen, on the day of the barbecue, Bella suddenly called me and said she couldn't come. She claimed she had an emergency or something. But she insisted that I go ahead with the plan without her, saying everything was already set up. So we went to the spot she recommended, started grilling, and then the fire happened. It was all her idea. She's the one who tricked me into this mess.
So let me get this straight. You're claiming that Bella planned a barbecue, deliberately skipped it, and somehow expected you to accidentally set a house on fire? Do you even hear how ridiculous that sounds? You're grasping at straws here.
I'm not! You have to believe me! She's been out to get me for ages! She's always been jealous of me, always treating me like I'm beneath her. She probably thought this was the perfect opportunity to ruin me. If I end up getting arrested because of this, I'll make sure everyone knows the truth about her. That's why I'm begging you. Please, Rob, don't say anything about what happened. Just keep quiet about all of this.
Unbelievable. You're seriously asking me to cover for you after everything you've done?
Yes, I'm begging you. If this gets out, my life is over. I'll be humiliated.
Your life is over? Selena, you brought this on yourself. You can't just waltz in here, claim you've been framed, and expect me to clean up your mess. I'm done with you. I've had enough of your nonsense.
Wait, Rob, don't say that. You're my best friend. We're like family.
Friends? Don't make me laugh! You've done nothing but cause problems for me and everyone else around you. We're not family anymore, Selena. Consider this the end of the line.
You don't mean that, do you?
I mean every word. I'm cutting ties with you. Don't ever contact me again.
Rob says he's done with me. He's cutting me off completely.
Oh, is that so? What on earth did you say to him this time? For Rob to be that angry, you must have really outdone yourself.
Why does it even matter anymore? If Rob is cutting ties with me, that means you and I are done too, right?
That's correct. If Rob doesn't want anything to do with you, then I won't either.
Don't act so innocent. You're just as much to blame for this. You've been working behind the scenes to turn him against me.
I haven't done anything. You've managed to dig your own grave just fine without my help. You've only got yourself to blame for the position you're in now.
Ugh, whatever. There's no point in trying to reason with you.
If that's how you feel, then so be it. But let me give you one last piece of advice. Turn yourself in, Selena. It's the only way to salvage what little dignity you have left.
Turn myself in? Are you out of your mind? Why would I do that? This whole thing was an accident. I didn't intentionally start the fire. Why should I have to turn myself in for something that wasn't even my fault?
Selena, you set someone's house on fire. Whether it was intentional or not, it's still a serious crime. You can't just sweep this under the rug and hope it goes away. If you don't take responsibility for your actions, the consequences will only get worse.
No, you're wrong. I've heard about cases like this before. If it's an accidental fire, you're not legally required to compensate the victims. A friend of mine had a small fire in their apartment once, and they didn't have to pay anything.
That might be true for minor accidents, but this situation is entirely different. This wasn't just a small fire. It was gross negligence on your part. That changes everything.
Gross negligence? What does that even mean?
It means you were so careless that the fire was practically inevitable. The law doesn't let people off the hook for something like that. You're going to be held accountable, whether you like it or not.
But I've never worked a day in my life! How am I supposed to pay for something like this?
That's not anyone else's problem. You're an adult, Selena. It's time to face the consequences of your actions.
But, what if no one finds out it was me? If I can keep this a secret, I won't have to deal with any of this, right?
A secret? Selena, the truth is already out. Rob knows. I know. The victims will find out sooner or later. There's no escaping this.
But if I'm careful, I can avoid getting caught, can't I? As long as no one can prove it was me, I'll be fine.
That's a terrible plan. Do you really want to spend the rest of your life looking over your shoulder, wondering when the truth will catch up to you? Just do the right thing and turn yourself in. It's the only way to put this behind you.
No way! I'm not going to the police. If I get arrested, my life will be ruined. Please, you have to help me. We're family, aren't we? Friends are supposed to stick together.
We've already established that we're not family anymore.
Please don't be like this. I'm begging you.
Selena, I've already made my decision. I'm not getting involved in this mess. If you refuse to take responsibility, then you're on your own. But let me warn you, there are other people who might not be as forgiving as I am.
What do you mean by that?
I mean the people whose house you burned down. They're not the type to just sit back and let this slide. From what I've heard, they're actively looking for whoever caused the fire. And they're not planning to go through the police.
What? Why not?
Because they want revenge.
Revenge? Are you serious?
Dead serious. So if I were you, I'd think very carefully about my next move. Turning yourself into the police might be the only way to avoid something much worse. So please, I'm begging you, turn yourself in to the police.
No, I can't go to the police. If I get arrested, my life will be over. Please help me. We're family, right? Isn't it normal to help each other?
Like I said, we're not family anymore.
Please don't be so cold.
Selena, go to the police. Don't tell me you'd rather face someone else's revenge than deal with an arrest.
Of course not. But still, I can't go to the police.
Even if you get arrested, you'll be fine.
What? How can you say that?
You're the one who's always said life is full of second chances. So take responsibility for what you've done and start over from scratch. Oh wait, I misspoke. You've already been disowned by me, Rob, and even your own parents. So really, it's a fresh start from zero. I don't care what happens to you, but make your decision quickly, before you regret it.
What happened with Selena?
Looks like she turned herself in. Guess the threat worked.
She actually went through with it. I don't know whether to feel relieved or just more unsettled. She caused so much damage and now she just gives up? It feels too easy.
I get it, but she didn't have much of a choice. She was backed into a corner, and people like her, they only fight when they think they can win. The second the tide turns, they either run or fold.
Still, it's unnerving. Knowing people like that were living right next to where we're building our future. What if we hadn't found out? What if she hadn't been caught?
We don't have to worry about that anymore. The police started looking into that house because of the fire, and guess what? They found way more than they expected. Turns out, the owner and their whole group weren't exactly law-abiding citizens. They're all being arrested.
What? You're serious?
Dead serious. They had their hands in all kinds of illegal stuff. Whatever they were up to, it wasn't small time. And now, thanks to the mess Selena caused, the whole thing's coming down.
So, she basically helped expose them without meaning to.
Yeah, it's almost funny, in a twisted way. After all the chaos, all the threats, she actually ended up being useful. Not that it was on purpose.
I guess so, but I don't feel grateful. Not even a little.
Same. She doesn't get credit for this. Not after everything. But at least now, it's over. No more threats, no more looking over our shoulders, no more wondering who might be watching. Just us and the life we planned. Selena's life had always been rooted in routine. Her days were filled with the quiet hum of domesticity, spent managing the home, raising her children, and supporting her husband, Dave, in his career. It was a simple life, one she had come to appreciate for its stability and predictability. But that stability was shattered one night, when a moment of frustration and anger led her to make a decision that would change the course of her life forever. In a fit of emotion, Selena set fire to her own house. The fire destroyed not just the property, but also any sense of security and comfort she had known. The decision to set the fire was an impulsive one, fueled by a complex mix of personal frustrations, an inability to cope with her emotions, and a sense of hopelessness that had been building for years. Selena had always been a quiet, reserved woman, and when the pressure of her responsibilities and her unmet desires finally boiled over, the fire seemed to offer a release. But it was a release with consequences that she could never have anticipated. The fire caused significant damage to the house and to the lives of those involved. When the authorities discovered that it had been set intentionally, Selena's confession was swift. It was a moment of deep regret, but she knew that there was no way to undo what she had done. The weight of her actions began to sink in as she faced the legal system, knowing that the consequences would be severe. The court proceedings were a blur of legal terms and courtroom procedures, but the outcome was clear. Selena had to pay for her actions. The court handed down a suspended sentence, sparing her from a prison sentence, but imposing heavy financial and emotional penalties that would shape the rest of her life. At first, Selena allowed herself a small measure of relief when she learned that she wouldn't be going to jail. She could breathe again, though only for a moment. The suspended sentence, while sparing her the immediate physical punishment of incarceration, didn't spare her from the emotional and financial aftermath that would follow. In many ways, the real punishment was just beginning. As part of her sentence, the court ordered her to pay $500,000 in compensation for the damages caused by the fire. The figure was staggering. She had no savings, no assets, and no means by which to pay such an enormous amount. The order left her feeling hopeless, with no way to even begin to address the debt that now hung over her like a dark cloud. Selena's life, once secure in its comfortable domesticity, had suddenly become a nightmare. She had always been a full-time housewife, responsible for managing the home and raising her children. She had never worked outside the house, and her husband, Dave, was the sole provider. Their lives were modest but secure, and Selena had always trusted that they would be able to weather any storms together. However, in the wake of the fire, everything changed. The reality of the financial burden placed upon her by the court was overwhelming. She could not fathom how she would ever be able to repay the debt. It was simply too much. The shock of the compensation order was compounded by Selena's lack of preparation for such an event. She had never worked a day in her life outside of the home, and now she was faced with the impossible task of figuring out how to survive in a world that had no place for someone like her. She had no formal education, no work experience, and no skills that would make her employable in a competitive job market. The prospect of paying off the debt seemed insurmountable, and Selena found herself sinking deeper into despair with each passing day. In the weeks that followed the trial, Selena's sense of hopelessness deepened. She knew that the only way forward was to find work, but that seemed like an insurmountable challenge. She began applying for jobs in every field she could think of, hoping for a break. But her lack of experience and skills made it difficult for her to even get an interview. She was rejected time and again, and each rejection only served to reinforce her feelings of worthlessness. It wasn't until a friend of hers mentioned a local retail store that she began to consider jobs in the service industry. It was the only option available to her, though it felt humiliating. She had never envisioned herself working in retail, let alone in a low-paying part-time job. But desperate times called for desperate measures, and Selena had no choice but to take whatever she could get. She was hired as a cashier at a small local store. The work was physically demanding and emotionally draining. She had to stand for long hours, deal with difficult customers, and manage a multitude of tasks with little training or support. The pay, though meager, was enough to help her keep up with the mounting bills and the ever-growing debt. Selena soon realized that one part-time job wouldn't be enough to cover the cost of the $500,000 debt. She took on a second job, working nights at a local restaurant. The hours were long, the work grueling, and the pay insufficient. But still, she pressed on. She had no choice. Every day was a blur of exhaustion as she moved from one job to the next, each shift more draining than the last. Her body began to show the strain of the relentless schedule. She lost weight, became pale, and her once vibrant energy faded away. But still, she kept going, driven by the need to pay off the debt that had taken over her life. Despite her best efforts, the money she earned seemed to make little difference in her financial situation. The debt was so large and the payments were so frequent that she felt as though she were treading water in a sea of bills and financial obligations. Her physical and emotional health began to deteriorate as well. She had never felt so tired in her life. The stress of her managing her jobs, paying off the debt, and trying to hold her family together was taking its toll. Her marriage to Dave began to fray. He, too, was struggling with the aftermath of the fire and the impact it had on their family. The financial strain, combined with the emotional toll, led to an increasing distance between them. Selena found herself alone, even though she was living with her husband. Their relationship had once been a source of comfort, but now it felt strained, distant, and cold. As the months wore on, Selena's physical health continued to decline. She was exhausted all the time, and her body was showing the signs of years of overwork and neglect. She began to suffer from headaches, dizziness, and nausea, but she ignored the symptoms. She didn't have time to be sick. Her focus was entirely on the debt. And she continued to push herself harder, working more hours, taking on more responsibilities, and neglecting her own well-being. But the stress of her situation eventually became too much to bear. One evening, after a particularly difficult day at work, Selena found herself reaching for a bottle of wine. It wasn't the first time. In fact, she had started drinking more regularly as a way to cope with the crushing weight of her circumstances. What started as a small glass to unwind at the end of the day soon escalated into a nightly routine. The alcohol provided a temporary escape from the pain of her reality, and Selena clung to it despite knowing that it wasn't a solution. Her drinking became more frequent, and soon she was unable to go a day without alcohol. She used it to numb the anxiety and the fear that gripped her every waking moment. But the consequences of her drinking were severe. Selena began to lose control of her physical health, and the signs of liver damage became apparent. She felt fatigued all the time, her skin took on a yellowish hue, and her stomach was constantly upset. But despite the warnings her body was sending her, Selena continued to drink. It was her only way of coping with the emotional and physical toll of her life. Selena's condition worsened as her drinking continued. Her liver function deteriorated, and she began to experience more severe symptoms. She was hospitalized twice due to complications from her alcohol use. But even then, she didn't stop. She continued to drink, unable to break free from the cycle of despair that had enveloped her. And yet, through it all, she still held onto a sliver of hope. That one day the debt would be paid off, that her health would improve, and that she might find a way to rebuild her life. Her relationship with her husband, once full of love and support, had withered away, leaving only a hollow shell of what it had once been. They barely spoke, and when they did, it was always about the debt, the house, or the fire. The emotional intimacy they had once shared seemed like a distant memory, a casualty of the financial and emotional fallout from the fire. Selena's life had become a never-ending struggle. The consequences of her actions had shaped every aspect of her existence, leaving her feeling trapped in a world of debt, regret, and isolation. Despite the physical and emotional toll, she continued to press on, clinging to the faint hope that someday, somehow, things might get better. But for now, the fire that had once consumed her house had also consumed her life, leaving her to pick up the pieces of a future that seemed more and more impossible to rebuild. On the other hand, I have successfully moved into my new home, and my life with Rob and our daughter is now filled with a sense of peace and fulfillment. After months of planning, discussions, and hard work, we have finally settled into a place that truly feels like home. The journey to get here wasn't easy, but every obstacle we faced along the way has made this moment even more special and meaningful. It is hard to believe that we are now living in a space that we can call our own, a place where we can start fresh and build the life we've always dreamed of. The process of finding and purchasing the new house was not a simple one. It took time to search for the right location, to consider what would work best for our family, and to find a place that not only met our practical needs, but also felt like the perfect space to nurture our dreams and hopes for the future. There were many discussions between Rob and me as we both had our own visions of what we wanted in a home. We considered everything from the number of rooms to the layout of the kitchen, and we debated over small details like the type of flooring and the paint colors that would bring warmth and comfort to the space. The decision-making process wasn't always easy, but we worked through it together, always keeping in mind what would make us happiest in the long run. Once we found the house, the real work began. We had to go through all the paperwork, inspections, and logistics involved in closing the deal. There were moments when it felt like the process would never end, and we had to navigate all the unexpected hurdles that come with buying a home. But with each step, we got closer to our goal, and finally, after what seemed like an eternity, we were handed the keys to our new house. There was an overwhelming sense of relief and excitement as we stepped inside for the first time. It was a place that we could finally call our own, a space where we could create the kind of family life we had always dreamed about. Now that we are settled in, I can't help but feel a deep sense of gratitude for everything that led us to this point. I am so thankful for the support of Rob, who has been my partner in every sense of the word. His dedication, patience, and hard work throughout this process have been nothing short of remarkable. I could never have imagined going through this experience without him by my side. He has been my rock, always there to offer encouragement, to solve problems, and to make sure that we stay focused on what truly matters. He shares my excitement about the new home and the possibilities that lie ahead, and I know that with him, anything is possible. Our daughter, too, has been an important part of this journey. As a family, we've gone through so much together, and I know that this new chapter in our lives will be one that she will remember fondly as she grows older. I see her eyes light up every time we talk about the house, and I know that she is just as excited as we are to begin this new chapter. For her, this home represents more than just a physical space. It's a place where she will continue to grow, learn, and experience life with the love and support of her family. Every day, she adds a new layer of joy to our home, whether it's through her laughter, her curiosity, or the little moments that make our family feel complete. She is truly the heart of this home, and I look forward to watching her flourish in this new environment. The house itself has become a symbol of our hopes for the future. It's a space where we can create lasting memories, where we can celebrate the milestones of our lives, and where we can find comfort and peace after a long day. I often think about all the special moments that will take place here. Family dinners, holiday celebrations, quiet afternoons spent in each other's company, and all the little rituals that make a family feel like a home. We've already begun filling the house with our unique traditions and routines, and I'm excited to see how these will evolve over time. Every room in the house holds promise and potential. The living room, with its large windows that let in the sunlight, has already become a place for us to relax together, to unwind after a busy day, and to share stories about our lives. The kitchen, with its spacious counters and modern appliances, has become a place of creativity and connection as we prepare meals together and bond over the shared experience of cooking. The bedrooms, each one cozy and inviting, are spaces where we rest, dream, and find solace. Each room feels like a reflection of our personalities and the love we share as a family. It is amazing how quickly the house has transformed from a mere structure into a true home, filled with warmth, laughter, and the presence of the people who matter most to us. There are also certain moments that stand out to me, moments that I know will become cherished memories for years to come. The first time we all sat down together for a meal in the new dining room was one of those moments. The table was filled with food, and as we looked around at each other, there was a sense of contentment and gratitude in the air. It was a simple moment, but it felt like a milestone, a moment that marked the beginning of a new chapter in our family's story. There was something special about that dinner, a feeling of togetherness that made the house feel even more like a home. And then there's the garden outside, which we've already started working on. The backyard has so much potential, and we've been brainstorming ideas for how we want to make it a space that reflects our love for nature and spending time outdoors. We've planted a few flowers, and Rob has been working on setting up a small vegetable garden. I can already picture the future, with our daughter running around in the yard, playing with her friends, or just enjoying the sunshine. I imagine us having barbecues in the summer, sitting around a fire pit in the evenings, and simply enjoying the space we've created. The garden holds so much promise, and I'm excited to see how it evolves over time, just like our family. Looking ahead, I feel a sense of anticipation and excitement about all that lies in store for us. I know that life will not always be perfect, and there will be challenges along the way, but I believe that we are stronger as a family. Together, we can overcome any obstacle, and I have no doubt that this new home will provide us with the foundation we need to grow, thrive, and find happiness. The memories we will create here will be ones that we will cherish for the rest of our lives. As I reflect on all that we have accomplished, I realize how far we have come. This house is not just a physical structure, it is a testament to our resilience, our love for each other, and our determination to build a better life. Every brick, every beam, every detail represents the work and effort we have put into creating something meaningful. I am proud of what we have achieved, and I know that this home will continue to be a place where our family can grow, love, and find joy. One of the things I hope for most in this new home is the opportunity to nurture our family's happiness. I want our daughter to feel safe and loved here, to know that she is surrounded by people who care for her and support her. I want her to feel free to explore the world, to ask questions, to learn, and to grow, all while knowing that she has a solid foundation to fall back on. This home will be her haven, a place where she can always return, no matter where life takes her. I want her to remember this house as the place where she experienced unconditional love, where she learned the value of family, and where she always felt accepted for who she is. In addition to that, I hope that Rob and I can continue to grow together as partners, supporting one another through the ups and downs of life. We've been through a lot already, and I know that this house will be the backdrop for many more of our shared experiences, both joyful and challenging. As we navigate this new chapter, I hope we will continue to communicate openly, to be there for each other, and to make sure that we are always building a relationship based on trust, respect, and love. This home is not just a place for us to live, it is the space where our relationship can flourish, where we can create new memories and grow old together. I also hope that, as a family, we can continue to find ways to strengthen our bond with each passing day. The little things we do for each other, the small acts of kindness, and the shared experiences will be what make this house truly special. I envision us spending more time together, having deep conversations, and supporting each other as we work toward our goals. Our daughter will watch us and learn from our example, and I hope that she will grow up understanding the importance of love, kindness, and mutual support. I want her to know that family is always there, no matter what life throws our way. In conclusion, this new home is a symbol of all that we have worked for and all that we hope to achieve in the future. It's a place where we can create lasting memories, experience joy, and face life's challenges together as a family. I am filled with gratitude for the opportunity to build this life with Rob and our daughter, and I look forward to the many adventures and milestones that lie ahead. Every day in this home feels like a gift, and I know that as we continue to fill it with love and laughter, it will remain the heart of our family for years to come.